Hi everyone, it's Ashley here, and in this video we're going to be talking about SeneGence's customer direct ordering platform. I was recently at a get-together with other Sene sisters here in Illinois, and it seems like a lot of people have questions on this, and I have talked to so many people, my uplines, the company, trying to get answers. So if you're a Sene sister, stay tuned because I think this video you're going to find very helpful. Let's hop right in. So what is CDO? CDO is SeneGence's customer direct order platform. And this is where your clients will log in, type in your distributor ID, and then they can order whatever and the company will ship it to them. And so basically you're kind of like an affiliate program or an influencer or whatever you want to call it. So it kind of takes you're doing the promoting, but you're just not the middleman for shipping and things like that. Okay, so what are your options with selling? So there are a plethora of options. So if you are new, please don't feel overwhelmed. You will catch on. I always like to say, earn as you learn. Yes, that's what it is. Earn as you learn. So that way you're learning all the knowledge, but you're still working your business. So don't get stuck. So here are some options on how you can actually utilize CDO or SeneSite or whatnot. So you can be the processor. So you can actually do your invoicing and your shipping, which is a majority of my business. I like doing my own invoicing and shipping. I like having that personalization. So that's one way. Then another way is utilizing your SeneSite. And this is where you'll have your Square or PayPal or whatever your payment processor is linked up to your SeneSite, and SeneGence does the invoicing, but you are responsible for shipping out your product. And the third and final option is CDO, which is what this video is about. And this is where SeneGence does the invoicing and SeneGence ships the product. So those are your three options, and you can use all three. You can use one. It's really up to you. That's the beauty of this business, is you get to work it the way that you want. All right, so let's talk about some pros and cons to CDO. So there are a ton. I'm just going to cover the ones that came to my mind right away. And again, it's going to depend on your business, what is best for you. If you have any questions, I can do my best to answer them. You can just put them in the comments below and I will get back to you. But let's start with some of the pros. So some pros of CDO are that you don't have costs for branding. You don't have to have all your business cards. You're not paying for shipping. And the con is that you have no personalization. So that's one of the things I actually really like about my business, is that when my clients get their black bubble mailer in the mail, they know it's their package and they're excited about it and they can't wait to open it up. I like having little candies in there and extra little things. So I like that personalization. So it's just going to depend, which one you prefer. Another thing is that as a pro for CDO is that you don't have to carry inventory. So you can talk about the products that you're loving and using, and you're more of like an affiliate influencer program. But a con to not having inventory is if you're doing things in person, like it can limit your ability to have an extra sale right on hand. It can limit your ability to sell at vendor events. Not that you can't do those things, but it's going to make it a little bit harder if you don't have that product right there, because thank you, Amazon Prime. I mean, I love me some Amazon Prime, but they've made it where we really want things now. And like, if I can't get it same day, then, sometimes that can be annoying. So that is definitely a pro and con to inventory. Another one is that a pro for CDO is that you can earn inventory. If you're doing small orders, you can't earn inventory. You can earn a profit even if you're doing small orders, versus the con would be your discount level may not be the best. So let me go a little bit in depth of the story on this one. So I actually have switched over several of my downlines to this. So they are in the process of building their inventory, and they don't always have everything on hand, which is fine because that's what you want to do. It's not about going into credit card debt to start this business. So they're slowly working on building their inventory, or some of them just don't want to carry inventory. But what I was finding is that several girls were actually getting orders for things that they don't have and then placing an order for that one item. So it could be a lip color. They were placing an order for one lip color at the 20% level for discount. And then from there, they're also paying shipping and handling because they didn't have a high enough order to get free shipping and handling from the company. So that was $750. And like by the time it all shakes out, especially if they gave any kind of discount on it, they were actually sometimes paying for their clients' products. Like they were earning zero. And that is definitely, as a former CPA, like not something I want to see happen. So we've switched them over to CDO because that's what makes sense for them. They place large enough orders to stay active over time, like of just their own personal stuff. But all these like little things here and there, we're just really adding and eating into their costs. So they made the switch and now they're able to earn a little bit of profit. The flip side of that is someone like me, if I was heavily promoting CDO, I do carry a large inventory. I like doing that. I like having stuff on hand and being able to ship it out and, like I said, personalize it. So if I haven't ordered, let's say it's the first of the month and I haven't ordered yet and a client goes on and orders something on CDO, I now am only at the 20% discount level because I haven't ordered for the month. So my max profit is 15% versus 45%. Or whatever my percentage shakes out to be, which is probably a little bit more than 45% when I send it myself. So I order normally at the 50% level, but that could happen. So you just kind of have to be aware of where your business is and how you're operating it, because I mean, I would be pretty bummed if I got only 20% discount level on an order. So that is the pro and the con there. Another one is, for a pro for CDO, is that you're minimizing your costs, but at the same time, you are still responsible for RMA. So if you have a client that orders something through your CDO site and then they decide that they don't like it, which is fine, that happens, you will have to return it to the company and then the company will ship you back the same product. So an example of this, to make it kind of numbers wise make sense, is if you were, say you're regularly you're only at the 20% level. So you're earning 15% profit after SeneGence takes their 5% for processing and all of that. You earn 15% on that. That's what you were paid out on Friday from SeneGence. However, once you RMA it, you owe your client, if they're returning it and not exchanging, you owe them the complete amount. So you owe them the full retail value of whatever they did. So if you're going to go this route, that might be something you want to think about. You might want to set aside. So you're minimizing your costs. So that's great. But you might want to also have like set aside just a little bit of a fund. So that way you're not shocked if that ends up happening. So that is a pro and con there. And then the last one is a pro for CDO is that it's a time saver. You're not going to have to spend time shipping and handling if you're busy, or depending on the stage of life that you're in. Maybe you just had a new baby and you're like, psh, I'm not doing that. Or what if you're traveling? Then that's like perfect, because if you're abroad, then SeneGence will take care of your orders and your clients can still get their products even though you're not here. So that's a great pro. But on the flip side, this could mean that you have less one-on-one customization with your clients. You don't get to know them, and there might be something that we have that they just don't know about because it's not something that you use. So you're not chatting about it, and it could just be less personalization for them, which is fine. Again, this all depends on how you run your business. Those are just some things for you to think about. And if you have any questions, like I said, put them in the comments below. Okay, so before we hop right into how to actually set this up and then tips and tricks related to CDO, I wanted to just give some essential things that you want to know about CDO. So we already kind of touched on when this would potentially be right for you, but I just wanted to throw in another scenario. Would be for me, even though I carry a large inventory, I order almost always on the first my 750 PV order. So I'm at the 50% discount level. But now if I'm out of stock with something, I can send my clients to my CDO site. And then that way they're able to order. They don't have to wait for me to order it, get it from SeneGence, and then ship it to them. They can just get it directly from SeneGence, which I would always tell my clients, because again, I like the personalization thing, but that way they're getting it faster. So that's one way without it would make sense, because I'm still getting a great profit from it. Again, if you're placing those small orders is when it really makes sense. So you just kind of want to think about it and definitely ask your upline for help to see if it makes sense for you, because I obviously can't, I can tell you my thoughts, but that's going to be a personal decision between you, your family, your upline. So make sure you talk to them about it. All right. The other thing with CDO is I've already kind of mentioned that it costs 5% is kind of what the fee, not kind of, is the fee. SeneGence takes 5%. So whatever discount level you would be at minus 5%. Your PV is cumulative. So after you hit that 100 PV, then you're at the 30% level and you're getting 25% commission. So they pay out every Friday via PayQuicker. If you aren't already registered on PayQuicker, once you get your first paycheck, you should get an email from PayQuicker to set it up and get everything to come through that way. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, it's $5 shipping, and then that's everything under 100, and then anything over 100, then your clients will get free shipping. So that is great. It used to be a lot more. So it's perfect to have your clients be able to go on and order, and anything under, like I said, it'll be $5, and then anything over 100 will be free. So that's perfect. And then it can be turned on and off, and it counts all your PV that gets ordered through your CDO site counts towards commissions, trips, ranks, and all of that. The only thing it doesn't count toward is your 100 PV to stay active in a 6-month period. So that is something to watch. Or if you have downline switching to this, they need to be aware that they will have to physically log in and place a 100 PV order, or over that 6-month time span. It doesn't have to be in one order, but they have to manually go in and order that. So if you have more questions on that, again, you can put it on the comments or ask your upline. They will definitely be able to help you with that. Okay, so now let's hop into the computer so I can show you how to actually set up your CDO site, and then give you some tips and tricks while I'm back there on how to change your photo and all those kinds of fun things. So let's get started. All right, so let's jump into how to actually set up your CDO site and all the little tips and tricks. So to do that, we're going to go to Business, then Distributor Profile, and Update Distributor Profile. So this is where we're going to go. I'm going to take you to the next screen, but I have to first go delete out some of my personal information for this video. But this is what you're going to do. So log in and follow this path, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we're on this page, this is the Update Distributor Profile website, what will populate. So down here in this customer direct ordering section, this is what we're going to focus on. So as of this date, this agreement hasn't been updated. We've asked them to update it with the changes that they've recently made. So if you read it and it doesn't seem like the right 5% thing, it is 5% fees from SeneGence and all of that goodness, but it is not updated as of this video. So you need to just click this little box saying that you agree, and then here is where we're going to move on. So obviously, if you're wanting to participate in CDO, you're going to want to click I want to participate in CDO. So this will be the default, is the I do not want to participate. So you'll click it on. But the SeneSite override is the section that I find is the most confusing for a lot of people, because it was confusing for me when I first started. So you want your SeneSite customers to order at your SeneSite, means that how I currently have this set up is my customers can order via CDO from me, or they can order on my SeneSite. So if they order on my SeneSite, I am responsible for shipping their packages. If they order on my CDO, SeneGence obviously delivers those for me. So I currently have a SeneSite and a CDO site set up independently of each other. So I have both. However, you can also make it where if you have a SeneSite that has, your personalized URL, like mine is senegence.com/15hats. If I have that, I can have that redirect to CDO where SeneGence is fulfilling the orders. So this is going to be an important selection to make. Side note, if you don't have a SeneSite set up, they are currently free as of right now. You do have to put in your credit card information, but they are free. So I have not been charged for over a year for that. And they have told us that they are going to give us a plethora of warning before they start charging for them again, if ever. So you definitely want to have a SeneSite set up. If not just for this, you get brought up in searches and all that other stuff. So go do it. And that will be a side video on all of that later. But for right now, if you do have a SeneSite and you want SeneGence to ship everything, make sure you have this selection checked. So now down here, you have to populate all of these. So at the top of your CDO site, I do have to warn you that all of this information shows up. So if you don't want your address out there on your CDO site, then I would go ahead and put in stars or asterisks, whatever, I call them stars, or periods or dashes or something in these boxes that you don't want to show up. So I don't mind that my city and state show up, because if people do stumble upon my page, I want them to know that I'm local. But if you don't want any of this other information to show up, just make sure you're putting in dashes. So once you have all of this selected, you'll scroll down and you'll say update my profile, and then it will save everything. So let's dive into like where customers actually have to go to order and all of that next. So from here, they are actually going to go to SeneGence.com. Okay, so now this is how your clients are actually going to order. So if they are just logging in, they can come right here to SeneGence's page and click this button here. It says customer buy now. Or you can save this path to your phone as like one of those keyword recognition. Like if when you type CDO, it automatically populates the link. That is something that I would highly recommend if you do go this option. But they're going to click this. So customer buy now. Then it's going to pull up this web page. So in here, they're going to put in your distributor ID. So you want to make sure that they know your distributor ID, and it'll say go, and then it's going to take them to your CDO site. So this is what I was saying, that up here you have all this information that populates. So if there's certain information you don't want out there in the public, like I do not need my personal address just like hanging out there. I'm sure you can find it. Actually, I know you can find it, but like it doesn't need to be there. So you can remove it by putting in some kind of letter or whatever. So then from here, they have everything that they can order. And this is when SeneGence will ship it out. Just one thing to note for you is that a lot of the special promotions go under collections, promotions. This is where like the mystery bags and all of that populate. So if this is something your clients are wanting, just know that that's where it's going to show up. And it is just like the same checkout for them as it is for us. So they'll put in one, they can add it to the bag, and then they can check out. And again, it's $5 shipping for under 100, and it's free shipping and handling for over 100. So at the top of your page, there is this photo of you. If you're wanting to update that, let me show you where to do that. To update that photo at the top of your CDO site, you're actually going to go into your quick order. So like if you were going into SeneGence to place an order, you're going to log in and then you're going to hit these settings here. And then from here, it's down in this bottom corner and you'll just upload and choose a file. And this photo is going to be what shows up on your CDO site. All right, so now you might be asking yourself, this is all great and dandy, I'm going to set it up, but how do I know if my client actually ordered through there? So SeneGence will actually email you. In the subject line, it will say customer direct order, and then it will give you all the information in the email. So if you're getting orders, you will likely get an email from SeneGence, but I believe you can also check in your dashboard under your order history, or probably under business and order history as well. I'm not positive on that one. However, if you would like to check your commission statement for your CDO, you will go to business, compensation and commissions, and then CDO statement here, and it will pull up all your information for your orders for whatever time period you have selected. So this is a great way to kind of just see what you got, and you get paid out on Fridays. Okay, that was a whirlwind of information, but I do truly hope that it was helpful to you, because I literally went through all my different messages with my Crown Princess, SeneCare, and try to just compile all the information, or even the questions that my downlines had sent me. So I do hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below, or contact me on any of my social media platforms, and I'll see you in the next video. Customer direct order, and this is where your clients will log in.